Welcome to lesson 3 of the Adobe InDesign tutorials, in which we'll be looking at the fundamental building blocks of InDesign, which are frames. First of all, we're going to open our 03_A file from InDesign, and we can see the document which we're going to start from with this exercise. So we're going to save this with our own name, 03_frames, and save this in a suitable location, in this case our documents folder. Now if we go to the layers palette by choosing window layers, we can see that we've got layers like we have in Photoshop and other CS products, like in Illustrator. We can turn layers on and off. Now if we click on a graphic on the right hand page, in the layers palette we have a dot appeared to the right of the text layer, and we can drag that up to the graphics layer to change the layer on which that graphic appears. If we click in the box next to the eye and the graphics name, we can lock that layer. Now if we switch to the text layer, we can click on the evolve. Now we can make a new layer, and we're going to call this background, and this now appears in the palette with a green highlight, and we can change the order by dragging that layer below the text layer. So we've now got a background, and we can save. If we click on the text layer to make that the target for any work we do, we can double click page 1 to go to that page using the Pages panel. And with the zoom tool we can zoom in. And with the text tool, we can drag a frame from approximately 34p down on the vertical ruler and an approximate height of 7 pica 11 points. If we type the word customer and press Shift and enter, or shift and return, and then type the word testimonials. If we now go to the paragraph styles palette or panel, we can choose the testimonials style to stylize that text. Now with the selection tool we can double click the bottom middle handle of that text, and it will snap to the bottom of the text and make that frame optimized for its content. If we now go to page 2 of this document and click on the frame below the word the buzz, frame which starts with new 07, drag the bottom handle in the middle until this snaps to the bottom of that column. now displaying all of the text, some of which was hidden. If we now use the direct selection tool, which is the arrow that's a hollow, we can reshape that frame. So we can drag the bottom right hand corner up so that it doesn't go over the page curl. And we can choose save. If we now navigate to page 1 of our document and click on the text that starts with text frame which starts with John Q, and then go to Object Text Frame Options, we can change the number of columns in this text from 1 to 3. And if we change the gutter, which is the space between the columns, to 0 pica 11 point, we can click on the preview box if we wanted to preview the effect of these changes. Have a quick look and click OK. We now have 2 columns of text in a 3-column frame. If we click before Amy O and go to Type, Insert Break Character and choose Column Break, Amy O now snaps to the top of the 2nd column. We do the same with Jeff G and insert a break character, column break, and then his text is at the top of the 3rd column. With the selection tool, we can navigate to page 3 and select the blue bar at the top of the page and choose Text Frame Options. With the Text Frame Options dialog positioned below the blue bar, which is so that the two are visible, we can click on the Inset Spacing lock so that it unlocks the ability to change the top, bottom, left and right options independently, and we'll set the left to 3 pica 0, the right to 3 pica 9, and with preview we can see the effect of our changes, and we click OK. Now if we want to center that text within the frame, we can go to the text frame options again and click on the Align Center option, and we can immediately see that the text is centered within that box, and we can click OK. If we go to the Layers palette, we can unlock the graphics layer, unlock the text layer, and then if you click on the graphics layer to make that the target for our work, and then navigate to page 1 using the navigation tool at the bottom of the window, we're going to get a graphics box and draw a box within the right hand column above the text of Jeff G. If we go to File, Place and go to our Lesson 3 folder and find in the Links folder the photograph of Jeff, we can see that it's too big for that frame. Now holding down Alt, we're going to make a copy and drag it across to the middle column of that 3-column customer testimonials area. Now we can see if we drag the right hand handle of the right hand image to make the frame bigger, and then click on with the direct selection tool, we can resize the graphic within that frame. So if we drag a handle and use the Shift key, we can make Jeff visible within that frame. And we can carry on optimizing that image so that we can see as much or a little as we want within that frame. And we can reposition it by holding down the mouse and dragging around. With the selection tool, if we click the image above Amy Q, which is the copy we made earlier, we can navigate to our links folder for this lesson, double click amyq.tiff, and it fills that frame. If we go to Object Fitting, Fill Frame Proportionately, and Object Fitting Center Content, we can now see the image of Amy, which has replaced the one of Jeff that we copied or duplicated earlier. If we deselect all, using Edit Deselect All. Now if we go to File, Place, and locate our image of John Q in our links folder, and then hover over the blue rectangle, which is the placeholder, you'll see that there's brackets goes around the icon of the cursor, which indicates that if we click, that image will snap into that placeholder. If we then choose Object Fitting Fit Frame Proportionately and Object Fitting Center Content, we've now finished putting those three testimonial images in. If we now go to View Fit Page in Window, we can see that full page. If we now go to the Layers palette and unlock the text layer, now with the Direct Selection tool, if we navigate to page 4, if we then click on the green box with the Direct Selection tool, press P to change the pen tool, we can add new selection points, new anchor points, so that we can reshape the box and drag from the top right hand corner to create a sort of L shape of the green with the wasting time text against a white background. So we added 2 new anchor points so that we could reshape that box. Now with the selection tool, we're going to drag the yield graphic into that text area that we just created, and choose Window Text Wrap. Now we can move the dialog box out of the way so we can see what we're doing, and choose the Wrap Around Bounding Box option, and you can see that the text doesn't really wrap that well around there. There's a large white space at the bottom left and bottom right. So if we change to the type to detect edges, you can see that the text flows in a much more pleasing way around the outline of the graphic within that frame. If we close the text wrap panel and choose File, Save, we can see the fruits of our labour, and choose View Fit Page in Window to optimize our view within the space available.